I'll.
Alright,
I guess.
so... Okay, it's getting my microphone, it's not being a dumb. And I know it's getting you guys.
You're not accidentally, you know...
Yeah, I'm not accidentally not recording my own voice. Hello there, YouTube.
Hello, ladies and germs. It's
You
been a
know
few
who it
days
is.
since our last time recording this game.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a time lapse, but
That's fair.
I'm gonna change life bars. They're looking
I'll
kind
do that.
Shh.
So that people can actually tell how much life I have.
Of course, I've since changed my Skype pic since we last did this. It's now of Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor, so...
If you'll remember last
Well,
time, I
they're
died.
not gonna see your Skype. So. Yes, he
I know.
died to the boss.
I'm just
like
pointing
a
out
dumb.
in case it does pop up. Anyway, I'm
It won't.
adjusting my audio. Hang on. There we go. Had it up a little high when because I was trying to record a bit of my Mario RPG thing earlier.
I see.
Yeah, but I screwed up because like Giga, I forgot to set it so my mic was recording. Because I was recording some test thing for my friend who was inviting me to this little project he wants me to be a part of.
Maybe I should just test to see if my recording software actually works on my computer, or to check to see if it is working. Maybe I should do like a test video of Jamestown because I like that game so much. How many
Alright.
hours have been in that game? I don't even remember.
Chimeras are strong against Petrify. Noted.
16 hours into Jamestown, Legend of the Lost Colony. Meaning, I like this game.
Mm-hmm.
One point, I used to be good, but then I got a computer that could actually run the game at full speed, and suddenly I'm not so good anymore. Damn. I won't be playing that game on Divine Mode anytime soon. Well, not again, at least. Bullet Hell? More like Bullet Heaven!
Yeah. It's kind of like that line in Earthbound where it's like, I'll kill you and you'll go to heaven. Or something to that effect. Yeah.
No. That was actually a name and achievement if you clear a level on Divine difficulty, which is the second hardest difficulty. The achievement name is literally Bullet Hell. More like Bullet Heaven.
Okay, fair enough.
It took a great deal of practice to make that happen, though. I'm sorry. I feel
/Giga.
really
Quality recording.
Indeed.
quality
That's
recording
just
while
rambling
recording.
about nonsense as you're going through like big fights like this.
Yes, because honestly and truly, we've kind of already seen
I
this
still
shit.
wonder.
Well, no, I put a
wonder
window in front of the
how,
recording again.
Kaylee managed to level up so much while she was basically sick in bed, but oh well.
I put a window in front of the recording
We
again.
cured her poison, but
Still,
I guess she was actually holding back?
perhaps. Although that doesn't explain why her axe upgrades itself too, but you know.
She
Enough
found a new
flames.
axe. Maybe while she was out training, she found that new axe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Look, I don't know, man. I'm trying to give a reason where reason is not really due.
Use that.
Hey, Kaylee, your axe is poison. You cool with that?
Eh,
You know,
she's fine.
considering that you apparently just recovered from, being poisoned,
Well-
even though you weren't actually poisoned by in-game logic.
It's a plot poison.
Yeah, plot poison that doesn't work in the actual boss battle.
Yeah. Gameplay and story segregation, kids.
Look it up. It's a TV trope.
Indeed.
Just remember, no, don't go in too much into troping, otherwise it'll ruin your life.
Indeed. It'll also ruin your vocabulary.
It may also ruin your initial perception of things.
Or in my case, it'll enhance it and make it a little more enjoyable.
Or in my case, I just don't give two shits and look it up anyways.
Fair enough. Oh, Lord. Kind of glad you
You
messaged
seem to
me.
be saying
about
a lot of fair enough and touches to whatever I say, dude.
Yeah. But like I said, but I'm glad you IM'd me now, Giga, because I just finished up a little bowl of popcorn that my dad made for me, so I don't want to punctuate the whole thing with eating popcorn.
Ah, dude, I should go make some popcorn myself.
So delicious. You know.
I should go make some popcorn myself. So
Giga just saying he should go.
I think I might do that.
I love a good bowl of popcorn. Of course, this is like popcorn my dad actually grew in our garden too, which makes it even better, actually.
Nice.
We even have homegrown cantaloupes that we had with dinner like last night and tonight.
Oh, cantaloupes.
Yeah, homegrown. I mean, although if you ever bear this in mind, Drake, if you ever grow cantaloupes yourself, after you cut them off the vine, leave them sit for like a day or so before cutting them up, because if you cut into them right away, they taste really watery. So, but if you leave them sit, they ripen a lot and they taste really sweet and delicious.
Put some salt
My mom
on
made that
too.
mistake when we were first starting to grow cantaloupe last year, so.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
great tip. If I ever do start, I'll remember
Love
that.
Homegrown cantaloupe tastes so much better than the super cantaloupe.
Well,
Why the crap
yeah,
does the Dragon Claw have such horrible accuracy?
because the Dragon Claw inflicts so much things, but it inflicted itself with blind and missing stuff. I did not sound coherent at all in that sentence whatsoever. Oh my god, Giga, take out the stupid healers!
Oh well, nobody's perfect.
I would give it to Giga if he did that like 3 times, but I'm counting 5!
Have some Mega Grenades, you assholes.
Mega grenades. Like, how do you use mega grenades? You throw it.
You just throw
and
them.
I wonder if they operate similarly to those black hole grenade things in the second Thor movie that those dark elves use.
Maybe.
Wait a minute, they have black hole grenades?
Well, see, the dark elves have these little, like, they're like, well, the general audience just calls them black hole grenades. They don't really know what the name is. They just function like grenades, but when they explode, they create their own little portable black hole that obliterates anything that's nearby it before it snuffs itself out. It's really kind of, in fact, one of the bad guys actually gets caught up in it, and you can actually see him basically getting torn apart in graphic detail, which is kind of horrifying for a PG-13 superhero movie, but still it really shows off what that kind of thing could do to someone if it got caught up in the blast.
Who the hell made their weapons, Acme?
They made him this. Well,
Oh, wait,
well,
no,
to be
the
fair, the
weapons
guy
actually
the bad guy who got caught up in it, like, was facing off against Loki, and Loki was kind of just basically activated. Basically, it was kind of like what you see in a lot of cartoons, where two guys get in a scuffle and stuff, and one of them pulls the pin on the grenade that's on their belt and stuff, you know, and it kind of operates on that kind of logic. Really. Of course, Loki got his little one-liner in before it exploded. So I thought it was
lovely.
pretty.
Also, no, I have not seen this movie.
That's fine. I mean, it makes more sense in context anyway. The thing that I've been following the Marvel movies.
Or it could be one of those things that actually makes less sense in context, actually.
Well, with the Marvel Universe, you never know.
With the Marvel Universe, you don't know you never know anything. DC Universe is even worse.
Yeah, but at least in terms of the Marvel movies that are in their own separate universe, you know, they're at least trying to streamline things to have so that the audience can keep up, you know, on some level. Well, at the same time, just
I know.
Well, if you can't keep up, that's fine. Just enjoy the film on its own merits, you know.
I'm still waiting for that Deadpool movie.
Yeah,
Is it
give it time.
And I know they've said that
Levy's
it's
also waiting on that Deadpool movie as well, so you're not alone in that regard, Drake.
Well, yeah, because, you know, Deadpool is just kind of one of those characters who you can't help but love despite how terrible of a person he is.
And then there's Squirrel Girl, but
we don't discuss that. Okay? I'm not gonna get into that discussion, please.
I love how you just jumped on me for that. We don't discuss Squirrel Girl.
I don't want to know anything about Squirrel Girl.
Fair enough.
There are dumb superheroes. There are superheroes that are so dumb you have to love them, and then there are superheroes that are just flat out dumb.
Good.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, did anyone watch Proton John's last stream, which was the Bomberman Act Zero?
The Bomberman Act Zero stuff.
Yeah, it was the second.
No, I decided not to because I only like to watch his fortune cookie stuff because it's just because it's more variety. Oh, Kaylee's dead.
Oh, what do you know? She insta died. Found flare. Hey, why don't you heal her then save?
Yeah, that would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
I have a better idea. I'm gonna go find a life spell.
You're gonna escape and go find the life. Life spell?
Yeah. I want to be able to cast life.
Is that like the raise spell?
No.
Hard.
What the life spell
What is life?
does in this game, it's over here. You see how it looks different?
Yeah.
What the life spell doesn't... Well, no, not just in this game. What the life spell does is... It heals all your HP and removes every status effect. Doesn't matter what it is.
And you say Game Break for kids? Great, I knew you would.
You gotta remember what game you're talking about here, though.
Touche.
You sell Cure Potion. I don't want Cure Potion.
So many
I
Cure
really should have
Potions.
kept count of how many times you said touche or you've got, I'll give you that. I really should have.
I can go through the videos.
Yeah, I see a lot of things a lot because it's just my default phrase for things. I try to mix it up,
No,
but I always seem...
Actually, about
Oh.
almost reminds me of how if I ever decide to do a playthrough of Overlord, I definitely have to keep up a sheep's killed counter. I know I've killed more than 1,000 sheep in that game for their precious brown life force.
Oh, lordy.
Maybe I've even killed over 2,000 sheep in that game because the number of brown minions spawned, I believe, was over 2,000.
Well, wheel was brown.
Oh, you sell seed.
I gotta stop with the trope naming.
I want all the seeds. 86 seeds.
Except,
Seeds,
except
No comment.
that the even though you normally would say real is brown, unfortunately, brown. This game's about as unrealistic as you could possibly hope for it to be.
Yeah, I know. And that's part of the
And
charm, really.
Yeah, we're talking about the game called Overlord, which if you've never played or seen that game,
I have seen that game, actually. My older brother played it once on his laptop. I was like, what the hell is this game? And he's like, Overlord. I'm like, well, what's it about? You're an evil overlord who's trying to take over the world. I'm like, okay, that's a bit different. And he's like, yeah, I know, that's why I love it.
oh, you think you're like a big evil overlord, but then you figure out the hero is even worse than you are.
Damn.
It also has one of the most disgusting looking bosses that I would I would never want the displeasure of seeing ever again.
Even worse than Legion in the Castlevania series?
Do you want me to give you a picture?
Oh,
No, we're not showing that.
I will gladly give you a picture.
We're not showing that in the video.
Not in the video. No, I'm just
okay.
gonna.
Well, go for it, and I'll check it out, and I'll let the audience draw their own conclusions based off of my reaction.
Alrighty then.
How the crap do I get into Spencer's? Oh.
I think I might have some idea of what it is, but because I probably watched my brother beat on it, but I'm not wrong. I could be wrong.
If I cleared out every... What's in here? Okay.
Here, grab it. Here you are. There is an image.
Alrighty. Let's check her out here.
Excuse me for a moment while I look up how to...
Holy hell. What the heck? And what? Oh my god. Okay, that's not quite as bad as Legion from the Castlevania series, but still in its own right, that is pretty fucked up.
Would you believe if I told you that used to be a halfling? That's a halfling?
Scary thing is, I would actually believe it.
That was the halfling king. He represents gluttony, and he, To put in retrospect how much food this guy eats, he has an entire building dedicated as a dedicated kitchen just for his food. To serve him food.
But holy hell, that guy's big.
Yeah. He's bigger than the Overlord. It's amazing.
But yeah. Of course, that little thing on his arm kind of freaked me the hell out too. But
It's kind of like a big fork. I guess it's supposed to be a king scepter because he is technically king of the halflings, but
Doesn't say where I get it.
oh, and how he died was also pretty. Well, I guess it'd be pretty expected actually. You want me to tell you, or do you not want to know?
let's save it.
All right. I'll save it for after recording.
Hey,
Then.
Giga, are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just
He's
looking
like,
something up.
Oh, okay.
He's
Just
checking.
wondered why you're suddenly the game wasn't moving, but okay.
Yeah, it's because I'm looking something up.
Giga's
The
doing
pinnacle of professionalism, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, the things that you're, you know, doing the things
okay.
during recording that you're supposed to do before or after recording,
I found it.
or even looking up. Anyways,
It's up here. I'll look up where Estelle is.
oh, you're looking up where life is.
Yep. And it's somewhere in the volcano.
Yoink, yoink, and of course you will.
That's probably it right there.
Yeah, probably. I am a vampire.
I just got
That's
uppercutted.
By a vampire?
Yep.
Wow, I thought I was gonna bite you, not punch you in the face. I have more respect for them now. Join the Axe Club.
And my axe.
Don't worry, these guys will smell a whole lot better when you're finished with them.
Oh, pardon me.
I was right! Hooray!
Hey, now get the hell out
Now
of
I have every spell in the game.
here. Yay, you're just a regular old magician, aren't you?
I'm just a regular old Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay.
Now let's go grab some free healing from Forrest.
Except, I'm not sure that, dare I say it, that Drake is as big a drama queen / attention whore as Rosie O'Donnell has been in recent years.
Grab some more cure potions.
You just said
get
the
some
two.
here.
You just said about like the two things I'm trying to avoid being. So
Okay. Excuse me, jeez. I might have to get a glass of water or something here in a minute.
that would probably be a good idea, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And Giga stops at the temple. Is it the legend of the hidden temple?
I wanted to check something out.
Again.
Yep.
Professionalism, folks. Pure professionalism.
Indeed.
Yeah, like, where do you obtain
Right.
the...
The rest of
oh,
those are in the Doom Castle. Alright.
Of course. All the best stuff has to be at end game.
Well, it wouldn't be an RPG without it.
Yeah.
As we all know, viewers, the best equipment in the game is always in the last dungeon of the game. Absolutely.
Unless you're playing Cabal 2, in which case the best equipment is probably not in the last dungeon of the game. No, if you decide to go to the last dungeon of the game, you're basically asking to have everything that got your character reset and then work through a 40-floor dungeon.
Yeah. Wait, you're referring to the Lufia games, aren't you?
No.
Okay. Because I was dropping a
s-
whole bombshell of an H.C. Bailey reference there when I was making my little.
I specifically said Tobal 2, which is a game I'm pretty sure nobody.
Oh, okay. I didn't quite hear the titles. I thought it sounded garbled in my head for a moment. Sorry.
Which I know for a fact nobody here knows about but me, because that kind of comes.
Of course, I feel like I'm one of the few people on the planet who's played the Lufia series, so.
I'm pretty sure there's a good group of people who've also played the Lufia series.
I'd love to LP it sometime, but it's just the first two. It just feels like that. I probably wouldn't be able to hold a candle to what HC Bailey did with the LPs for the first two games. So.
You might die. I won't die.
I mean, granted, I don't think I could hold my current LP of Super Mario RPG. Probably won't hold a candle to Chugger Conroy's, but I'll still try my best.
It's a whatever, really.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, have you been watching the TRG's Rayman Origin playthrough?
Oh yeah, I mean, despite the fact that I have the game and I've played it constantly, and since I got it for my birthday last year from one of my friends, he gifted it to me via GOG. And also the fact that I watched Super Genius and Josh Jepson's collab LP of it. I'm enjoying it.
Like the game that says it's co-op, but it's actually lying.
Yeah, slapstick.
Oh, slapstick to great degree. Good old-fashioned slapstick.
Kaboom.
Or some people might not like slapstick because they feel that, I don't know, it's just too taken out of hand, but I like it.
I like
And look for the double petrifying. Nope.
I kind of like slapstick if it's done well. Like for example, the Three Stooges when it was like when it was during Curly and Shemp's era, but Joe Besser's era pretty much sucks. Joe Besser had a stipulation in the contract that made him not really be hit as often because he didn't like physical comedy very much.
Almost reminds me of darn. Let's see, okay. Harry. What's the matter with you? Boom! Curly. Hey, what's the matter with you? Boom! Mo. What are you two looking at?
Any more bright ideas? Shout ahead.
Oh, Three Stooges.
Well, you really know how to hurt a guy, Mo. Hey, Mo! Okay, I'll stop.
Oh, yes.
I haven't seen the Three Stooges since I was in middle school, though, I'll be honest. After middle school, I never really had the time to watch the Three Stooges because of the fact that I had marching band when I was in high school. So.
I wasn't really able to see much of Three Stooges anyways.
I used to watch reruns of it, so back when it was on AMC before the channel decided to do original programming.
Well, that was original, though.
Not really. Three Stooges was kind of like they were those old studio shorts from like the 30s and 40s, but and 50s in some cases.
I wouldn't have them any other way.
No,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Although I have watched some of the stuff with Curly Joe Dorita, and they're pretty good too. That holds up pretty well too, coming from being in the 60s. So. Although I will admit some of the feature films they did with Curly Joe weren't exactly good. Like I had a copy of Snow White and the Three Stooges on DVD once, and I watched it, and I was bored. Honestly, it felt like it was just this adaptation of Snow White, and the Three Stooges were just thrown in for no other reason than promotion, and they were just pretty much side characters.
I must remember. Hey, I know that some movies, like back in the 90s, also did that too. Remember the Tom and Jerry movie?
Oh hell! I remember watching that just a few months ago with a friend of mine was doing streamed it for a few of his friends, including myself, and we basically just went all Mystery Science 3 or 3000 on it. We were riffing on it in the chat. It was hilarious.
Well, the fact that you gotta remember, like, they just really used the Tom and Jerry name so that the movie could sell, even though the story was not about those two whatsoever.
Never mind the fact that they committed the ultimate sacrilege by having them actually talk.
I don't know, I was kind of interested by the fact they actually talk. It's like, out of all the slapstick they've been through, you have to wonder what they really have to say.
I suppose that's a fair comment, but still, I'm just sometimes the voices they gave them just didn't sit well with me, particularly Jerry's voice. I don't know, Jerry's voice just struck me as annoying.
Well, Really, there have been times that Jerry's gender has been put into question anyway, so.
Kind of similar to the Nermal on Garfield and Friends. Like, they had Nermal voiced by a woman, and so as a result, people thought Nermal was a girl for a number of years until basically Jim Davis had to set the record straight in the comic strips by saying very emphatically that Nermal is actually a boy.
Yeah.
And has always been a boy.
It's weird. Just
So, yeah, that didn't
it's
help.
like the whole thing with having male characters voiced by female voice actors, but
I
to
mean,
be fair,
the
most of
female
these
voice
characters-
actress, some of them can do boy voices really well, but when they don't bother to even change their voice to sound like a boy, then people get really confused. So.
Yeah, but more often than not, whenever they set them to do a boy's voice, it's often like a young boy, which needs a higher pitched voice, which most.
Yeah.
Because they usually
Well,
have adult voice actors.
speaking of like women doing the voice of young boys, I actually was pretty impressed with the I can't remember the voice actress, but she did the voice of Genius in Tales of Symphonia, and I thought she did a really good job conveying a voice. Actually,
I haven't played Tales of Symphonia.
Good RPG.
Yeah, so I've heard from everybody.
Oh, I'm not the only one then. Okay.
Oh no! I know at least 3 people who have told me that Tales of Symphonia, it's a great game.
Well, I try not to be too annoying about it though when I tell people.
They're not annoying about it either, so don't worry.
Okay, it's just I know some people who I've told like certain games I really like to, and they're like, "Yes, I've heard about this game before. Please, you're the latest one. Just don't stop, gushing, please. I know about it. I'll play it sometime. Just drop it." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
It's just one of those things of like, yeah, I know, like out of the entire series, everyone likes that game. That's great, but I would rather play the one that people either didn't like or I just really found more interesting myself. Like I wouldn't mind having a chance to play Tales of Legendina, even though that game was not particularly well received by the fan base.
Yeah. Of course, from it doesn't help that I heard that game started out as its own entity, and then it kind of got dolled up into being a Tales installment when test footage didn't go over well with some people. So it was kind of the case of an original IP being turned into something up installment of its own, a different, more well-received series, just to make it a little more memorable. Kind of like when I heard Kirby's Epic Yarn was going to be a game with Prince Fluff as the main character, but they saw
Kirby on it because it
which
felt
is not
big.
necessarily a bad thing. I actually thought Kirby's Epic Yarn looked pretty good. I haven't played it myself, but I mean I loved it. Kirby as a character is already pretty damn cute, but they kind of turned it up to 11 with basically looking like your grandmother crocheted it or something. It's just,
What are you talking about? Kirby is hardcore.
well, the American Kirby anyway.
That's the joke.
Here we go again with that discussion.
But the American Kirby isn't hardcore at all.
What are you talking about?
Like, he's only hardcore on the cover of the game.
That's kind of the point. In fact, I really want to get Kirby Triple Deluxe for my 3DS. It looks so good, and one of my friends, Toya, says that he says it's one of the best Kirby games he's ever played. In fact, he has it listed as his favorite 3DS game on the little friends thing on his 3DS, so it must be good, because he usually isn't so emphatic about games. He just usually like, oh, this game's pretty good. But apparently Kirby Triple Deluxe really struck a chord with him, so.
Yeah, Triple Deluxe is a really good game.
I look forward to playing it once I get the money to get it. I mean, I only have, like I said, 7 3DS games to go through, so.
Oh boy, you want to talk about a game that was going to be an original IP that got turned into, like, a brand name? You have to mention Dinosaur Planet.
Oh, yes.
That game probably would have been better received had it just stayed as Dinosaur Planet and not been turned into a Star Fox game. Which, don't get me wrong, I like Star Fox Adventure to a degree, but...
Me too. Or Stairfax Temperatures if you're JonTron. In fact, I was at one of Psychotic Gex's streams. It was the first time I'd gone to one of his streams, and he was streaming that game, and I'm like, oh, hi, Gex. This is my first time at your streams. You're playing Stairfax Temperatures, huh? And he didn't get the reference at first, and then he was like, oh, JonTron. Okay, I see what you did there. It took him a minute to realize what I was getting at.
JonTron!
Well, I've said this numerous times, but I'll be honest, JonTron took a while for me to grow on me, because I wasn't sure what to think of him at first, but after a while, I just kind of liked him. He just I don't know. One of his videos just somehow made me laugh really hard.
Which one was that? Do you remember?
I think it was the video he did on the Hercules games. On Hercules
Oh,
games.
that
really struck a chord with me because I was always fascinated with mythology growing up, and you know.
We're gonna
so
play Hercules. Shows Tarzan on the screen.
that made me laugh. Yeah, that was actually the gag that made me really.
I
laugh.
know. It's just one of those.
And plus, he seemed to have a genuine appreciation of mythology. So,
Hey guys, guess what time it is?
to end the
Stop
video.
recording. This part.
Yep.
Be back in a few minutes.